Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be discussing the chapters which were left in our live sessions, that is reproductive system, population and pollution. I'll be discussing the important questions related to these chapters which come in your board papers and the topics which we cannot miss on. So we'll start with, first of all, before starting the topic, I would like you to subscribe the channel if you like its content. So it's a request, if you like it, please subscribe. You can also follow me on Facebook, on Instagram and on Blogger. All the icons are given on my channel and the starting page. You can click on them and you can reach my site. Please follow me on Blogger also. I am writing on different contents on Blogger as well. Now talking about the syllabus. First of all, as on your screen, you can see that I have jotted down the syllabus of reproductive system, population and pollution from the official website. This is the syllabus which we follow in our syllabus. Now the first is the reproductive system. In this you must know the organs, fertilization, the functions of male and female reproductive organs, male accessory glands and the idea of secondary sexual characteristics, structure and functions of the various parts of the sperm and egg, explanation of the term fertilization, implantation, placenta, gestation, and parturition, brief idea of the role of placenta, very important question, functions of fetal membranes and amniotic fluid. This is also a very important question. Menstrual cycle and outline of menstrual cycle. Now, this menstrual cycle, it comes as one mark question. Role of sex hormones, testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone in reproduction, and identical and fraternal twins. Some the other way they give you a one marker question from this. Now the next is population. When we talk about population, it's a new, it's a chapter which was there already. In population, basically, they talk about the general concepts. There is nothing, there is no system, there is no proper explanation of things. It's a general kind of a topic which we generally we discuss with everyone. That the population is rising. How can we control the population? What are the harmful effects of population? Also, there are certain terms. Now, this second pointer, a brief description or explanation of demography, population density, birth control, death rate, and growth rate of population. These are the definitions which are given in your book. Please learn these definitions because they come in one mark under define the following. Very important question. Problems faced due to population explosion and methods of population control, that is surgical method, tubectomy and a vasectomy, wherein we talk about the contraceptive measures. It is a two-page topic, a very important topic, and for this specifically I have made a separate video, the contraceptive measures. और इसमें से क्वेश्चन आता है, you can get a 5 marker full-fledged diagrammatic question of vasectomy and tubectomy. The diagrams are given in your book, so that's why it's an important topic, the modes of contraception. Coming up to the last chapter which we are going to discuss, that is pollution. Now herein, pollution also is a general topic, so most of the concepts are very general. Even if you don't learn from these, just learn the definitions and some important terms, so then also you will be able to answer. So type of pollution sources like air pollution, water, thermal, soil pollution, biomedical waste, radiation and noise. And also the difference between biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste, what are those? Effects of pollution on climate, environment and human health. Brief explanation of greenhouse effect, global warming, acid rain and ozone layer depletion. Measures and control of pollution. There are the different measures which can be used, and a brief mention of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. I have not made a video for pollution. I'll be making a video for pollution as soon as we are done with reproductive system and population. हम हिंदी में जो वीडियो मैं बना रही हूँ उनमें we have covered till female reproductive system, and we are left with only one topic now. After that, I'll start with population. Population ke there will be 4 to 5 videos, and then I'll do pollution. So keep watching, hit the bell icon so that you can get an update of pollution whenever it comes. It's a request from many people that I need to make a video on pollution. So I'll be making it in English as well as in Hindi for your reference. So we'll move to the next slide. Talking about the reproductive system question which was there in board 2019, the previous board paper, you can see they have given a female reproductive system. And if I talk about 2018, in 2018 it was not a male reproductive system. It was, I'll show you that question also. So it was the what I mean to say is the diagrammatic question, that is the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system, they come as structural questions wherein the diagram is given and they ask you multiple questions from it. So this is a question which you cannot leave. As in, you should know, I am not stressing on that you should know how to draw them, but specifically you must know what is the structure and how do you need to label it and how can you answer the questions related to it. Now, as you can see in this slide, that the last question, number 5, that is mentioned the surgical method of contraception in human males and females. So they have added in a question from the chapter population, wherein you need to write about vasectomy and tubectomy, which parts are cut and ligated. So what I mean to say is that they can give you n number of questions from the whole chapter, but the diagram remains of the male and female. Obviously, when you need to label them, half mark is for each labeling, so you cannot skip on male and female reproductive system. Moving to the next slide, reproductive system question, boards 2018. You can see that the question which we can see here is that the egg is surrounded by different sperms. It is showing the process of fertilization and finally a zygote is formed. Fine. So this type of a question was there in the paper 2018. Fine. So this is also a diagram which is given in your book. It is from your book itself. So you cannot miss on these diagrams, and there are multiple questions which you can see. Arrange the letters given below of the diagram into a logical sequence. Now this is something different. They have given a different sequence. Now in part A you can see there are 2 nucleuses. That would be the last stage. So you need to arrange them in a particular sequence. In the first one, the sperms have not entered. In the B part, sperms have already entered in the ova. Fine. So there is a sequence. Then, where does fertilization take place? Implantation. Mention the chromosome number. Now, chromosome number, they have talked about genetics here. Explain the term gestation. And now, draw a neat and labeled diagram of mature sperm. Now, this I was going to tell you, and I have jotted down in my last slide also, that the diagram of sperm and ova are 2 diagrams which you can get for a drawing. Fine. Other diagrams you can get as structural questions, so don't miss on it. Moving to the next slide, sample paper 2019 for the children who were going to appear in 2020. The male reproductive system diagram was there in the paper. So what I was assuming is that in 2020 you will get a male reproductive system, because in 2019 you had already given that female reproductive system was there in the paper. So this is something which you get. So what I mean to say is, don't miss on male and female reproductive system and other diagrams which are there in your book, because they can come as structural questions and for drawing sperm and ova. Moving to the next slide, we have the chapter pollution here. Chapter pollution, board 2019. You can see that it's a pictorial question wherein the picture is given and then questions are asked from the picture. This question was there in section 1. Fine, it was a compulsory question. You would not have been able to leave it in an option. It was a compulsory question of 5 marker. So this a kind of question was there in 2018 also. So the pattern remains the same. That means you get a compulsory pictorial question. So we were expecting in 2020 also you would get a pictorial question in section 1 which would be compulsory. So herein you can see in 2018 it was noise pollution. Sorry, it was a picture showing air pollution, where you can see name the type of pollution, one source of this pollution, what is the harmful effect of pollution, right, the measures to reduce this pollution, and then they are also talking about ozone holes. So this is something which you get from pollution. Then population chapter. Now no proper 5 marker questions are there from the chapter population, but yes, herein I want to add that if you get vasectomy and tubectomy, now the chances of getting vasectomy and tubectomy as a structural 5 marker question are just like 40%, but still you cannot miss on it. So please learn vasectomy and tubectomy properly. Questions are scattered in the whole paper, and in section 1 and 2 you get 1 markers from this chapter population. Very important questions. Now I have jotted down the very important pointers related to all the chapters. The first is reproductive system. Diagrammatic questions are very important. Male reproductive system, female reproductive system, and yes, in many papers there was a uterus with the fetus present in it. They have asked the kids to label it. So in that you would have to label placenta, amniotic fluid, amnion. So these were the labelings which were there. Function and location of all the parts of the reproductive system, stages of the menstrual cycle, and definitions such as gestation, fertilization, parturition, and implantation. That's something very, very important. They are one markers and you cannot miss on these topics. Now, that's a thank you from my side as of now. Keep watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you.